As a senior who is taking up solo traveling, I embarked on my first trip on a Viking cruise to Australia and New Zealand. The ship was the Viking Mars. This was my first experience on a cruise ship. I selected Viking because they are well recommended in the cruise industry. I arrived early to Sydney, staying at a hotel downtown. I took a taxi from the hotel on embarkation day, arriving at 10:30, which was 30 minutes earlier than I was supposed to. However, it wasn't a problem. The embarkation process was simple. There were several checkpoints. At the first one, you dropped off your luggage. Then the other checkpoints, you looked at your visa, passport, and COVID information. They gave you a room key, which doubled as a card to get on and off the ship. Everyone was friendly and helpful, and I breezed through the process. Once on board, they check your card and bring you to an area where a staff member gives you a demonstration on how to put on a life jacket. You are also directed to watch a safety video in your stateroom once you get into your room. I was told I couldn't check into my stateroom, but I could go to the 7th floor of the ship to eat lunch. So I took an elevator up to the pool area. The pool deck is really lovely with lounge chairs looking out to the harbor and cozy sitting areas all around. I ate lunch by myself at the pool grill with a pretty view of the harbor. Then I left to discover where all the other passengers were. I hadn't understood that the buffet was open, which has a much wider variety of food. There are 3 food stations for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The first station usually has salads and fruits. The second station has entrees. And the final station, a pretty big display of desserts. I took the opportunity at this point to wander the ship when hardly anyone was around. There is a 2-level atrium. As you can see, everything is very well appointed. The ship was extremely clean and well maintained. This was a popular area during the cruise where people could socialize, play puzzles, bridge, and other board games. On the lower level of the atrium is a bar where you can get specialized coffee in the morning. And there's a pianist who plays in the evenings, and a constantly changing digital art display at the top of the stairs. One of my favorite rooms is the library, where you could just grab a book and take it to your stateroom if you like. Throughout the ship are some really lovely art and objects. The upper decks have more sitting and lounge areas. You could always find somewhere private to sit if you just looked around. There is an infinity pool and hot tub on the front of the ship's upper deck, which is a pretty spectacular view when you are cruising. The main pool has a movable roof that slides over the pool in inclement weather, but can open on sunny days. There is also a walking track, shuffleboard, cornhole, table tennis, golf, and more lounge areas on the back of the boat. Even the public restrooms were special, with bird sounds piped in. At 2 p.m. my room was ready and my bags were sitting by the door when I arrived. This is what the room looked like when I arrived. There's a coverlet on the end of the bed, so you can put your suitcase on it to unpack. There's plenty of storage underneath the bed to store your suitcases. It's a nice sitting area, a desk, mirror, television, full-length mirror, and a closet with drawers inside. The balcony wasn't huge, but I sat comfortably and used it frequently throughout my trip. The desk had the usual accessories, but also had a lift-up lid where you could store makeup, or in my case, electronic cords. There are some binoculars that are provided. The minibar is a drawer, which I liked. I asked for them not to put alcohol in mine because I wanted more juice and water available. The bed is comfortable, and the nightstand has electronic outlet options. Between the desk outlets and the nightstand outlets, I had no problem with plugging in my phones and tablets. In the hallway, there is a bank of drawers, a safe, and a coffee bar, an extra shelf. The bathroom is clean and utilitarian. The shower has a nice ledge for putting your products and a hand wand for the shower. There are small shelves for products and two drawers. And they included the Freya bath products: soap, shampoo, conditioner, lotion, shower cap, and toiletry kit. The ship left Sydney Harbor around 5 p.m. There were some lovely views as we motored away. In the evening, we retreated to our first entertainment in the theater. I will conclude with a stunning video I took from my balcony one night when we were at sea. I was very happy with the Viking Mars, the staff, the organization, and the ease of traveling that Viking provided for a senior traveling solo. I made many new friends and will look into future trips with Viking. In subsequent videos, I will share information on the various ports of call, so please follow my journeys at Senior Solo Travel.